What's up, guys? So this is my trying to rank the top 25 Southeast Asian players video in November 2020. This is only gonna talk about active players in the rollback era, and it's just my opinion, so I hope no one gets butthurt. As I wrote up there at the top of this thing, don't get butthurt if you're not on the list or if you're not where you want to be on the list. Obviously my opinion is probably wrong in lots of ways, except for, you know, probably the top couple of players. But once I get down to like the bottom half, it's gonna be really hard to rank. There are some players here I've actually never played, but I've been able to talk to other people to gauge kind of where their skill level is. So don't get butthurt if I get you really wrong, because this is such a hard list to make. We have never had a big SEA tournament with everyone with most people playing. We've had like Philippine tournaments, we've had Singapore tournaments, we've had one or two small SEA tournaments, but it was mostly just Philippine players entering. So it's not that accurate. There's no way to really like make this 100% accurate. So don't get butthurt, okay? That's the main thing. Anyway, I'm gonna start this list from the top to the bottom. Started from the top, and then we're gonna go down the list. So number one, this is an easy one. It's Ced. He's a Fox main, and he's from Cambodia. So Ced is a Fox main from Cambodia. He used to live in the States, but now he lives in Cambodia because I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask him. But yeah, he's really good. He kind of bobs me. He goes like 70-30 against me. That's according to my Slippy stats that I checked the other day. And yeah, he's insane. I think he's insane. But he says he's like, he did pretty well at one of the Evos. He got like top 500 or something like that, which is really good. Yeah, so that's Ced. Shout outs to him. He told me to give him a shout out, so I did. Number two, I think it's me. This is obviously probably a bit biased. This is really close. Like I would time myself with two other people. Eddie's on exits. What's his name? A Squirrel and Jelly. Like I feel like we're kind of a three-way tie. We go kind of even. The reason Jelly is this low. Okay, I'll start with me first. I'm a Fox main from the Philippines. Squirrel is a Falco/Fox, I believe, and he's from Hong Kong. Might just be a Falco main, actually. I'll just leave it at Falco. And then Jelly is a Mario/Falco/Fox main, and he's in Thailand. Okay, so for me, I'm putting myself here because I go pretty even with a Squirrel. I mean, he beat me in tourney once, but like we haven't had many opportunities to play. And it was like a game 5 tourney, a game 5 set, I think. So it was like pretty close. And I was also playing like secondaries, I believe. And he was also playing secondaries. It's really hard to tell who's better. Squirrel might be better than me, very slightly, but I really don't know. This list is so hard to make, and since it's my list, I'm just gonna put myself above because I just feel like it. Okay. Jelly is also really good. We go pretty even in friendlies. He's never entered a tournament because he can't really. It's hard to do SEA tournaments when not everyone can connect to each other very well. So I'm basing a lot of these off of friendlies, honestly, which is kind of sad, but it's all we have. Probably around even with me. I'd say maybe I'll put Squirrel above me, actually. I'll put Squirrel above me. Yetis don't exist. And then I'll put Jelly. I'll leave Jelly at 4. Jelly is actually from the UK. He was PR'd like top 4 as a Mario main, but then he hasn't been playing Melee for a while. He's kind of inactive right now, but like he's played it quite a bit in the rollback era, so I'd still leave him here. He's the only player in Thailand that's still active, really. Everyone else is basically, we don't know they exist or they're inactive in Thailand. Who do we got next? I think next would actually be Machina. So Machina is a Marth main from the Philippines. Oh yeah, just before I go through the list, I'm just gonna say that the Philippines has the most active players right now. It's the most active scene by far. Like we have like 20 players who are active or semi-active. mostly active and a couple semi-active. But yeah, we're by far the most active scene. The next would be Singapore, I guess. They have a couple players, like 2 or 3 players who are kind of active, and then Hong Kong, Singapore and Hong Kong probably about the same amount of players, and then Thailand, Cambodia, they both only have 1 player. Ced and Jelly are the only players in their countries who are playing melee rollback right now. Then yeah, and then Macau also has 1 player. So we'll get to them later, but you know, for now, let's do the list. So Makina is a Marth main from the Philippines. He usually gets second in our tourneys here, in our local tourneys, just under me. And then, yeah, I think he'd do pretty well in if we had an SEA tourney though. Probably get top, he'd definitely get top 8, I think. Yeah. And then the next player would be X the Char. He's a Zelda main. Yeah, we have a Zelda main in our top 8. In our top 10 or whatever, top 25. Singapore. He's a Zelda main from Singapore, originally from California, I believe. Then he went to Chicago, and then now he's in Singapore. He's a really good Zelda. Like, I have nothing to say, but like, he's really freaking good. He does really well. He enters our Philippine tournaments and he does pretty well. He gets 3rd or 2nd, usually 3rd, but he got 2nd one time. Yeah, and it's pretty insane that he's taking this character this far. So props to him. Shoutouts to X the Char. Yeah. Next would be ISD, Falco, Philippines. So ISD is a Falco main from the Philippines. Pretty good. He started playing at the same time as Makina. They're actually like friends from high school or something. I don't know. High school, college, grade school. I don't know. Not college, grade school, I think. Yeah, but he's a Falco from the Philippines. He's getting better pretty fast. He just beat X the Char in the last tourney, but overall he has a losing record to Char in our Philippine tourneys. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but Char, there are some players from Singapore that are entering our Philippine tourneys, and we allow it because rollback has actually allowed the SEA scene to start playing with each other, you know. Like the lag can get like 80 ping, 50 ping. It's kind of laggy sometimes, but it's doable for tourney. Like sometimes you get 50 ping with, I get 50 ping with Ced in Cambodia. I get 50 ping with Char in Singapore, and that's definitely playable. And then the next one would be Ryukyukyu. Ryukyukyu. Fox main from Malaysia. I think Ryukyukyu is gonna be here because he does pretty well against me in friendlies. I mean, I still win most of them. I'd say like 80-20, 70-30, something like that. But he does better than everyone else below him against me in friendlies, generally. Well, not everyone, but he does better than most below him. And I've spoken to other people. They say that he's around this level, around rank 8 or maybe rank 9, rank 7, 8, 9, something like that. So I'm just gonna put him here. And then next would be, I think it's Taxmaster. That's my opinion. Actually, no, I think it's Roya. This is hard actually. Okay, I got 3 people on my mind: Taxmaster, Royal Gummy, and Zack Attack. I don't know which order to put these people in. I think Taxmaster would be first actually. Taxmaster, Roya, Captain Falcon, Philippines, and Zack Attack is a, oh my god, he's a Fox, Falco, Marth, Peach main. He plays way too many characters and he's from the Philippines. Okay, so I'm gonna put them in this order for now, but results say Zack Attack does better than these two in tourney, but I find these two way harder to play against, like in tourney and out of tourney. I think Zack Attack only wins because he has like this 4 characters to use, and like he can just switch it up on you. If you don't know the matchup, you get kind of bopped. Like his Peach, he never plays in friendlies, and then he just takes it out in tournament, and people don't know how to play against it because we don't have Peaches in the Philippines. I feel like this is the order. Zack would be here. And then Taxmaster is a Sheik from the Philippines. He's pretty good. He's improved a lot in the last few months. Royal Gummy, same thing. Royal Gummy and Zack, fun fact, they're actually, they're both really new players. They've only been playing for like 4 months or something like that. Something crazy short. They're improving at like the fastest rates I've seen anyone ever improve, honestly. But yeah, so that's them. I think next would be Lately, Fox, Philippines, and then Johnny 69, Falco, Philippines, and then Lulu, Chic, Cow. I think this is the correct order. Lulu might be lower actually. I think it's Pepito, HK, Falco, Hong Kong. Yeah. So this is my, like, on my current list I actually put Johnny above Lately, but I think Lately is above Johnny because he just does better in tourney, like every single time. I think Johnny has never beaten Lately in tourney. And then Pepito HK, I haven't played him that much, but he's somewhere here, like somewhere between 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm just gonna leave him here for now. Lulu I've played a lot of. He's not bad. But yeah, I'm including Lulu in this list because I know he's in Canada, but I've played with him in Canada. He's still playing melee right now, up to now. And he's only in Canada for school, so when he comes back, he still plays when he flies back home to Macau. So I'm still gonna keep Lulu on this list because he's still basically active, and it's my list, so you guys can fuck off. Jigglypuff. The next one would be Jigglypuff, I think. So Jigglypuff. He's from the Philippines. Wait, I think I missed someone. I did miss someone. I think Archider. Okay, so Archider I've actually never played before, but I've talked to people and people say he's around this level. He's probably a bit better, but since I've never played him before, I'm just gonna put him here just as like a safety thing. He could be as good as number 12 according to what other people say. Yeah, so Archider is gonna be here. He's actually a Marth Sheik main, and he's from Singapore. So let me just double check if he's a Marth Sheik main. Yeah, he's a Marth Sheik main. I've never played him before, and I know it's kind of silly putting him on the list when I've never played him before, but I've talked to other people about it. So, and then I think number 17 would be Jigglypuff. He's a Jigglypuff main from Philippines. The Philippines. He's the best Jigglypuff in SEA, which is kind of weird because, you know, he's pretty good, but like he's not like up there, you know. He's not as good as like. It's strange that there's no Jigglypuffs like in the top 10. He's definitely good, but like it's just strange that he's the best one because I feel like there's much more potential for Jigglypuffs to be better. Because she's such a good character, but you know he's not bad. Obviously, Jigglypuff is pretty good. He's the best puff right now. He's the best puff that we have right now. This is another player I haven't played, Insanity, and he's a Peach player from Malaysia. I've never actually played Insanity, but people have told me he's around here, so I'm just gonna put him here. I don't have much of an explanation because I can't say much about him. I've never played him, so unfortunate. Rank 19. Let's see. Rank 19 would be. I think it's actually Machu Falco, Philippines. So Machu Achu, he's also pretty new. He's only been playing melee. He's been playing melee for like a year and a half, I think, but only against computers. He's never had people to play with. And when Rollback came out, that's when he started playing against real people. So he's improved a lot, honestly, in the last couple of months. Yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's not improving as fast as Zach and Rorigami, but he's still improving really fast. It's just these guys are improving insanely fast, and I don't know how. But Machu Achu is still improving at a pretty fast rate. Probably faster than average, honestly. I think it's gonna be Delta. I think Delta. Actually, no, I think PB. PB here and then Delta here. So PB is a Sheik main from the Philippines, and Delta is a Jigglypuff main from the Philippines. I think Delta's around here. And actually there's also Nardle, who is actually pretty good. Falco, Singapore. I think Nardle. I think it's like this actually. Yeah, I think this is better. Actually, Nardle under PB. PB, Nardle, Delta. Yeah, I think that's the right order. PB is from the Philippines. He's like a Sheik with no tech skill. He's like a Borp actually. And then Nardle is from Singapore. He's probably as good as Machu Achu, but I haven't seen enough of him to really like gauge his skill level, so I'm putting him a little bit lower. Deltarune, like I'd rather, you know, underestimate than overestimate someone. So yeah, and then Delta is a puff. He's pretty good at like doing rest setups. He's improving quite fast as well. Probably about the same rate as Machu. Not as fast as these guys again. And yeah, Delta's a new player as well. He's been playing since quarantine started, so like around March, end of March until now, and he's come a long way, honestly. So I think Delta's around there. Next would be Cien, I think. Captain Falcon, Philippines. And then the last one would be Sweets. Well, he's not the last one. I think I missed someone here. Let me just double check my list. I think I missed someone. Oh yeah, I did miss someone. Okay, so I gotta make room for someone over here. I think, yeah, I missed someone completely. This is actually gonna go to Applied Philosopher, Falco, Philippines. So I missed him completely. I'm so sorry about that. So Applied Philosopher is a really good Falco. He does really well against me. He does pretty well in tourney. He does better than like lately in tourney. He does. I mean, he hasn't entered tourney outside of sandbagging recently, but we all know he's up there, and we all know he's really good. I think Applied Philosopher is rank 8 in SEA right now. Anyway, back to the bottom half. Cien is a Falcon main from the Philippines. He's also pretty new. He's as new as Delta. They started playing around the same time, probably the same week they started. And then what about Cien? He's kind of plays casually, but he also kind of plays competitively. He's not bad, but yeah, I think he's about rank 24 right now. I think he's under Delta because, I mean, Delta's more active. I have more of a gauge of where his skill level's at, and I feel like Delta is also slightly better. I feel like Delta probably knows more matchups than Cien just because he plays more. So I'm putting Delta above him. And then the last one I think is Sweets, who is a Dr. Mario main, and he's from the Philippines. So I know, okay, look, there's a lot of Philippines players, but we're really the only active scene right now, and the other scenes are very inactive. Like Macau has one person, Thailand has one person, Cambodia has one person, Hong Kong has a couple of people. Hong Kong has only like a couple of active people. They have 2 decent ones. The rest, I'm not really sure how good they are because I've never played them. Singapore also had a scene before, but most of them are becoming inactive, and I'm not sure if that's because of COVID and they don't like online, or if that's because of Ultimate. Some of them moved to Ultimate, I believe. Some of them just stopped playing. Yeah, so there's only 3 Singaporeans in this, or no, Singapore players from on this list. But yeah, that's my list. Please don't get butthurt, you guys. If you're not on the list, or if you aren't as high as you want to be on the list, but this is just my opinion. Once again, thanks for listening. Goodbye.